Galatians 5:13 says, "You, my brothers and sisters, were called to be free, but do not use your freedom to indulge in the flesh. Rather, serve one another humbly in love." My life is the sum total of all the choices that I've made up until this moment in time. I have been free to choose between wise and foolish, good and evil, fleshly and spirit-led. It amazes me that God will continue to allow me the mind-blowing freedom to make my own choices. Man cannot consider himself to be at the top of the food chain. Apex predators all have the potential to eat people if the circumstances are right. Man can be the hunted as easily as he can be the hunter. Crocodiles, bears, and sharks can potentially make a tasty snack out of an unfortunate tourist or innocent golfer. We weren't born with tough exoskeletons, spines, retractable claws, or any other physical defense mechanisms. There's nothing to prevent us from killing each other or being killed. Our clothing is soft and easily penetrated by weapons and ammunition. What prevents humanity from spiraling downward into anarchy? I believe it's the power of choice. All of us possess the power to serve one another humbly in love. The smallest acts of kindness can have the biggest impact on a person's day. Some people make choices to improve the circumstances of people that they'll never even meet. I'm reminded of an account of an airport. The prices at stores within the airport were outrageously inflated. This was even true for practical items, such as tampons. Because a box of tampons at the airport cost around $12 per box, a woman bought a box for herself out of necessity. However, she only packed a few to take on her outgoing flight. She left the rest of the tampons in an open box on the sink in one of the women's restrooms. She also left a note, inviting women to take 1 or 2 tampons if they needed them. In the simple, heartfelt note, she also encouraged other women to leave tampons if they had extras. She had a choice to share necessary items with other women that she will never meet this side of heaven. But her choice eased the stress of all the women who took advantage of her generous offer. She may have inspired other women to do similar acts of kindness in other airports during their travels. Kindness is a choice, and it has a ripple effect. It touches those around us, producing smiles where there were none before. Choice is a privilege. Why do we take it for granted so often, when it can have so much impact not only on our families and friends, but on people that we've never met? I had the choice to intercede for my sweet husband before I ever met him. I prayed very specifically for him to be blessed spiritually, financially, physically, and in every other way. The fact that we had never met did not diminish my power to approach the throne of God on his behalf. 2 years ago, we finally met. Our love story is just beginning. I recently married this insightful, expressive man. At the time of the devotion, I am profoundly blessed to be his wife. God showered him with favor while I interceded for him, and now I get to bless him too. Dating him was a privilege. Being his wife is nothing short of an honor. This ongoing love story started because of my choice to intercede for a man I'd never met. Even if he and I had never crossed paths, that deliberate choice to pray for him would have had a dramatic, beneficial impact on his life. I could have stayed in the shadows of his life, prophesying blessings upon this wonderful man. Even in my anonymity, I had the choice to be a benefactor to him. There continues to be power in my spoken words, just as there is power in the spoken words of all the people around me. It was my choice to intercede before him, before we met, and I was blessed with a sweet, handsome husband in return. Choices are powerful. They can lead to adventure and love. I struggle with choices sometimes. Even as powerful as they are, I have the choice to eat raw vegetables, whole wheat bread, ripe avocado, and other healthy items. Instead, I sometimes make the choice to eat cookies, ice cream, and chocolate. Does anyone force me into eating these things? No. Do I enjoy unhealthy snacks? Absolutely. However, these sweet indulgences lead to more abdominal fat than I'd like to admit. I have the choice to walk on my treadmill and a slight incline for 45 minutes. I know that this would be good for my body. Sometimes I choose to sit on the couch and watch television instead of exercising. I even have the choice to combine the two activities. I can watch television while I'm walking on the treadmill, since my treadmill faces the television. Do I take advantage of this happy medium? Not often enough. I would weigh less and have lower blood pressure if I indulged more often in my choice to exercise and eat a healthy diet. I hate the word diet. Have you noticed that the word diet has the word die in it? I don't diet. Instead, I avoid foods that rhyme with thighs. I stay away from fries and pies, for example. But cupcake doesn't rhyme with thighs. Again, I often fail to take advantage of healthy choices that could improve my overall health. Perhaps I lack the maturity consistently to make wise choices in health-related issues. This doesn't negate the fact that I have the power to transform my body through food and exercise choices. Do you see how profoundly impactful the power of choice is? I have the power of choice. I have the power to react to my circumstances, whether they're good or bad. What happens to us in life is not as important as how we react to it. We as people have the power to react positively or negatively. We shape our own mental universe by making wise or unwise choices. Every decision takes us in a positive or negative direction. Life is a maze that takes us through corridors and paths that we create ourselves. Think about that. The power of choice humbles me to no end. I feel like I own a secret weapon that can either save the world or utterly destroy it. I make my own choices. You make yours. Take your secret weapon and wield it skillfully for the good of mankind. Together we can change the world for the better.